So hello and welcome back to Test Drive Thursday. Today we're taking a look at a Mercedes-Benz motorhome. Now, I don't think we've ever featured a motorhome on this series so far in the, almost 3 years it's been running. So let's start off by taking a look at all of the customization. Okay then, so here we are inside the truck configurator. Now you can't really expect that much configuration from this mod, but I thought we'd run through it anyway. Obviously you can't change the cabin, it's not like a normal truck. This is sort of blended in to fit this sort of huge box on the back. I mean, there's so much detail in it, all the windows, solar panels, all these vents, windows up here. The door here, I mean, just look down to the handles, all the storage compartments. You can see inside it there, which is pretty cool. I think a lot of stuff can be done with this mod. I feel like it is sort of very early days for it. There's a lot of potential, which I'll get to later. But yeah, it's very cool. Obviously, chassis can't change. It's a 6x4. Onto the engines, you can go down to a 421. With 2,100 newton meters, or all the way up to a 625 with 3,000 newton meters. And trust me, this thing is so quick with that engine, because the game sort of thinks it's like a truck that doesn't have a trailer, so it is quite, well, relatively light in game, and it just whips around the map. It's awesome. On the transmission, you can change that. I'm going with the 6-speed retarder here. It's just really quick at shifting, and you're not really taking two heavy trailers anyway, or trailers at all. So, yeah, that's pretty good option if you ask me. You can't change anything about the interior, but as you can see, got like an iMac on the wall, which is pretty cool. But yeah, pretty awesome in here. Shame you can't sort of change the trim, but it looks absolutely awesome. Onto the colour, there are a few things to change. You've got a custom colour, sort of stock colour, or you can go for metallic. But I have noticed, just look at the amount of reflections, because this is basically a flat panel. It reflects so much, but when you compare it to sort of the main body, or main sort of truck here that's been modified, I think the reflections work a lot better. Now, this is sort of where it gets a little bit disappointing. The only real thing that you can change is the wheels. You can't change the mirrors or anything. But I do like the spec that they've gone for, with the sort of mesh behind the badge in paint, sort of painted grille, lower parts painted mirrors. I think it works really nicely. And I like this bar up here. It works quite well with the chrome of the horns and then the sun visor. Altogether, it does look pretty good when you spec it up. On the interior, you can add a few things like the cabin accessories, curtains, stuff like that, a fluffy dice. You can put a sat-nav in the corner, but I'm not sure why you would, because you got this sat-nav here. And you can change the wheel. And that is all there is for the customization in this mod. So I'm probably not going to do a time lapse of me building this truck to my spec, but I'll see you outside when I have done so. Right then, so here we are, all fully configured, and doesn't it look awesome in this metallic blue? It looks so cool. It really sort of brings out the lines of the truck. I really like the sort of painted parts and the grille and the badge and the wheels as well. It does look pretty awesome. I've parked it next to this DAF here, so you can get a good sense of scale. I mean, just look at that. I mean, that's parked all the way back to the hedge. The DAF isn't. This thing is massive. Look at it. So cool. On the inside, it's all standard Merc. They haven't changed the sat-nav. That's another mod doing that, I believe. So don't worry about that. I do love having the speed on there. It's so cool. But yeah, let's get this thing started up. 625 brake engine. Do love those sort of fins on the side. They look pretty cool. It's absolutely awesome. But yeah, I do believe this mod has got a lot of potential. I mean, I was thinking earlier when I was driving it about, just skimming my initial impressions, maybe they could sort of reskin and rebuild this as maybe like a horse transporter, like a racing horse transporter, and then maybe they could get someone else, maybe a map developer, to sort of put, I don't know, stables or sort of stuff like that into the game where you could transport horses about, and that'd be cool. Obviously they wouldn't sort of walk in and everything, you'd probably have to go to sort of a customised pick up and drop off, maybe like a stable or a show, to go and pick them up. That would be cool. It's pretty basic in the back at the moment. You can see there's a lot of space that hasn't been used yet. I do hope the developer continues with this, because it is awesome to drive. It feels big, and that's what I like. You get a real sort of sense of scale for this. Now, this mod does come with some tandem trailers that you can add on, as you can see here. So I thought we'd go for that, just so I can show you everything the mod has to offer. I'm just got to hope this attaches right. Turning circle on this is awful, but I do think it drives a lot like a coach, because you sit slightly in front of the front wheels. And it's kind of hard to predict the back end, because it hangs so much further behind the rear wheels. Is this going to work? Oh, no. Is this actually going to work? Let me turn... hang on. Where are we? Gameplay. Where is it? Let's turn that off. There we go. So we're all attached now. Oh, we're rolling back a bit. But yeah, look at the size of this now compared to a normal trailer. We're even rolled back a bit compared to that. And now look at that compared to a normal trailer. It's not far off twice the length by the time you get a truck on it. Now this is going to drive out really weird, because the back end, as I said, sticks out quite a bit. Look at that, you can even see the tow hitch. It's awesome. The back end sticks out quite a bit, so it is going to swing a lot. So it could very easily jackknife, which I don't want to happen. It's then left out of here. How heavy is this trailer? 14 tons. Plenty of power for it. But yeah, as I turn here, you can probably tell. I'm telling you, this mod just scrapes on absolutely everything. Look at that. Apparently we scraped on that. Hang on, or was it the fence at the back? Oh, it can't have been. Yeah, there's something wrong with that mod look. It's freaking out, the skin's going all weird. An issue that I have noticed, if you look in the mirrors, you can see the truck sort of moving about, which obviously replicates the truck when it hasn't got this big box on the back. But as you can see there in the mirrors, it's moving about when it sort of should stop with the mirror, if you see what I mean. So that's a little bit of a problem. I don't know if that's sort of a game feature that they can't change, but Yeah, there you go. That does happen. So that's a bit weird. Yeah, this is massive. Absolutely massive. But yeah, some other stuff it could be used for. Maybe you could sort of, I don't know, take VIPs about. Yeah, you see some other trucks in the game using this trailer, which is a bit broken. Yeah, you could sort of take VIPs about. Loads and loads of stuff. Lots of potential, which I find really awesome. Honestly, I've never seen this mod before. I don't know if it's the first time this has been out, but I'm really liking it. In fact, look at that. Why has it got the hazards on? Yeah, something's not quite right with this trailer, I have to say. So it's... oh my god. Yep. I've not got used to that turning circle. Look at it. That is full lock. Right. That was not good. 8% damage. I think I've made a mess of the front of this. This gearbox is so smooth. This engine is so smooth as well. I mean, you can barely hear it. And when you haven't got a trailer, as I said earlier, this thing is so quick. It feels quite dangerously quick, actually. The way it sort of picks up speed. You don't really notice it if you don't have the digital speed readout on. I mean, it's so useful to have. I mean, you can just glance down. Well, you don't even have to glance down, actually. You can sort of see it out of your corner of your eye. It is pretty awesome. And then when you want to overtake or something, as I said, the gearbox is really responsive, so you just foot down and it drops 2 gears instantly. And you can get going. And then when you take your foot back off, down, well, up 2 gears again to save fuel. How awesome is that? And we have only just been driving this a bit, so the sort of economy hasn't come down to a steady level yet, but I'm sure you can get this thing in the 50s at least. So slow down a bit. But yeah, as I said, it does sort of, it doesn't hide its weight and size at all. You definitely do feel like you're driving a bit of a tank on the road, this. It is... I can't get over the size of it. Look at it. It looks awesome when you got it in a metallic colour like I have. But yeah, you've definitely got to get used to the steering. I mean, look at the amount of play in it. We're still going a straight line. So cool. You can see in the trailer in front as well, that sort of bug. So yeah, definitely I'd uninstall the sort of trailer mod that comes with it, so I don't think that's quite working yet. Let's see where we are. 61 miles away. So let's put the cruise on. Right, how do we do that? On here. See, it comes up on the cruise down there, which is very nice. Oh, that's so sort of difficult to see what he was doing then. He had his hazards on, and I just didn't know what he was going to do. So yeah, I definitely recommend this mod to have a little bit of fun and play about. I mean, you could drive around the sort of south of France, Italy. That'd be cool. You could drive from place to place just randomly and just enjoy the sort of truck and model that it's got with it. As I said, I do hope that the mod author does continue with this, because there's a lot of stuff that he can do with maybe sort of configuration in the back. Maybe you can even put like a jacuzzi in there, stuff like that. That'd be awesome. And then more to do with sort of truck itself, what you can do with that. As I said, maybe like race horses, and things like that. That'd be awesome. I mean, I really do like this gearbox. It's so quick to change. I don't know if it's like a dual clutch or something, but it definitely feels like it on downshifts, because they are absolutely instant. I mean, just watch this. I'm putting my foot down now. I'd say that's less than, what, half a second? It's just amazing, really. But we're coming up to Helsingborg, which is where we're dropping off. I actually went here in real life last summer. For a few hours, well, more than a few hours. Maybe half a day. Pretty nice place. Little, it's quite little actually. Looks nothing like this. It's got a castle that I went up to the top of. You got a pretty cool view at the top. Turning right here. Hopefully we don't turn into oncoming traffic again. But yeah, it's very cool. I mean, I loved looking back. Just seeing all that. Oh, I've got to be careful here. And we're dropping off here, GNT. See, absolutely everything. It just scrapes off. I don't know why, that's got to be fixed. Are we actually going to get around here? I can't actually tell. Just that was close. But you may also tell there's no driver in this as well, which is a bit weird. But when you go underground, in fact I'll show you, when you go underground you can see the driver there. So yeah, it's another little problem. Oh, there we go. That'll do. Put it in neutral, which you can see on the stalk, which is animated. Put it in park and turn the engine off. Set some load. So if you have enjoyed that video, please do give me a like, subscribe for more, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.